Guardiola for potentially the final time. It remains to be seen what will become of the Liverpool boss once this season has ended, with his decision to step down at Anfield still being digested by many due to the sheer shock of it. But if this really is the end of his time as a top club manager, then his rivalry with the current City boss will endure the test of time. It isn't a rivalry based on bitterness, or on needless barbs aimed in the other's direction, but more on a mutual respect for the game and its players. So what must it be like to have played for both of them? Well, there are only 5 players in the world who can boast such a feat, and here's what they've said over the years. Robert Lewandowski. A bargain signing for Borussia Dortmund for around £4 million from Lech Poznan in 2010, the Polish forward has to go down as one of Klopp's greatest ever signings. He scored 102 goals in 186 appearances for Klopp over 4 years, which brought 2 Bundesliga successes and a spot in the Champions League final before his 2014 move to Bayern Munich, where he'd net 67 times in 100 games in his 2 seasons under Guardiola. A tough choice between the two then, yes, but the poll has a favourite. I think Jurgen Klopp is my favourite, and after that Pep Guardiola. 100%, Lewandowski told ESPN in 2020. Klopp has 2 faces. You can see that he is kind of like a father, but the second part is like a coach, a manager. He can tell you everything, and I'm not speaking about the good things, about the bad things. Also for players, he is a huge motivation. He makes this perfect, because he knows where there is this line where he can push you more or a little bit less. His performance as a coach is amazing, but not only as a coach but also as a man. Mario Götze. 1 year prior to Lewandowski's move from Dortmund to Bayern, it was Götze, very much the main man for Klopp's side and the bright young star of German football, who made the switch from one to the other. Reflecting on his time with both coaches in 2018, Götze also came down on the side of the manager who coached him at Dortmund due to his personal approach. I'm still in touch with Jurgen, Götze told DAZN. Of course, he taught me everything about professional football. At that time, I was just 17 and coming up from the youth team. He introduced me to everything. He let me play. Technically, Guardiola was a tremendous asset. But he is very focused on the game and doesn't think about players outside of his plan. He didn't have much empathy, and empathy is part of being a world-class coach. Jurgen Shaqiri. The squad, sometimes explosive Swiss attacker, was 1 year into his 3-season stint at Bayern when Guardiola arrived in 2013, and he'd feature 42 times for him over the next 2 years before a surprise move to the Premier League with Stoke City in 2015. It was there he caught the eye of Klopp and Liverpool, who completed a cut-price deal for him in 2018 following the Potters' relegation. Shaqiri was by no means a regular for Klopp, but he was part of squads which won the Champions League and Premier League under the German. Reflecting on both bosses in 2022, Shaqiri, who now plays in the US with Chicago Fire, echoed much of what Götze said. He, Guardiola, is an excellent coach in terms of the pitch, but his communication is not up to par, said the Swiss. He doesn't give explanations for leaving out players, and that is difficult, especially when you are working well. And in particular when in the presence of the media he says he is good, he is a good player. Meanwhile on Klopp, he said, when I wanted to leave Liverpool, I spoke with the coach and everything was chosen. He told me I'm a good player and a good guy. He understood that I wanted to face a new challenge and Klopp helped me in this.